Every 1,000 years I test each life system in the universe. I visit it with mysteries, earthquakes, unpredicted eclipses, strange craters in the wilderness. If these are taken as natural, I judge that system ignorant. I spare it. But if the hand of Ming is recognized in these events, I judge that system dangerous to us. And then I call upon the great god Dai Zan and his greater glory and our mutual pleasure. I destroy it utterly.
Eliza, you are to stay here for the next 6 months learning how to speak beautifully, like a lady in a floor shop. If you are good and do whatever you are told, you shall sleep in a proper bedroom, have lots to eat, and money to buy chocolates and take rides in taxis. At the end of 6 months, you shall be taken to Buckingham Palace in a carriage, beautifully dressed. But if the king finds out that you are not a lady, you shall be taken to the Tower of London, where your head will be cut off as a warning to the other presumptuous flower girls. But if you are not found out, then you shall be rewarded a present of 7 and 6 to start a life with, as a lady in the shop. However, if you shall refuse this most generous offer, then the angels will cry, and you shall be a most wicked girl, and everyone will weep for you. Now, are you satisfied, Pickering?
My life is so fucked up right now. I got a stepdaughter who's a mess because her real father's this large type asshole. My wife and I were passing each other on the downward slope of what is my third marriage. All because I'm always chasing guys like you around the block and around the clock. What do? I sift through the detritus of life, looking for your scent, prowling you and waiting to take you down. I know your MO, Macaulay. That armored car heist, you capped one at the armored car heist, you capped one guard. Now it's a murder, one beef. Why not cap the other two? Because why? You don't want to leave any living witnesses. That's how I know you and your guys will rock and roll at the drop of a hat. But you know what? I'm going to be there.
Excuse me? Do I look like I give a shit about what you think? No, I don't. I could never give a shit about what you think. If I had a whole storeroom just full of shits to give, I still wouldn't give a shit. If I had so many shits that I was literally going insane because I didn't know what to do with them, I still wouldn't give a shit. I am at a shit deficit. If I had to take my only little shit to King Solomon because you thought you should have it and he was gonna cut it in half, I would rather my only precious shit be destroyed than give it to you. I am not done. If I had a charity where we traveled the world giving shits to children in little third world villages, as well as the under-shitliged here in America, and you were the first person on the list, the saddest, most pathetic, shitless person to ever walk this earth, I still would not give a shit. Do you understand me?
So, I see you've received my free ticket. I'm glad. I so wanted you to be here. You see, it doesn't matter whether or not you catch me and send me back to the asylum. Gordon has already gone insane. I've proved my point. The world isn't as far from me as you would think. All it takes is just one bad day. One bad day can send a sane man into lunacy. And that's how close the world is to where I am. One bad day. You had a bad day once. Yes, you did. I know. One bad day and something in you snapped. Something changed and you went crazy. You became just like everyone else. You just won't admit it.
Seeing that church parking lot over there reminds me of a date I went on one time. And we had gone to a food truck to get some Greek food. And then we parked in that church parking lot and ate it. And it was nothing special. It was just a nice time. And, well, he died. He was killed, shot for his car. He loved that stupid car. But, I mean, we weren't even together anymore when it happened. I was with someone else and he was with someone else. You see, he had just gotten out of a long-term relationship and I was wanting a serious relationship. And when my friend had called me to tell me what had happened, I was still upset about it. I mean, he was a nice guy and I liked him a lot. And, so, anyway, that's what I think of when I see that church.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. That's me, Jill, famous for the tumbling after part. No matter where I go, it's all, "Hey Jill, tumble much?" I need a makeover. Problem is, all the good characteristics are already taken. Goldilocks is all sweet and innocent. Oh, Mr. Bayer, I didn't mean to fall asleep in your bed. And Red Riding Hood is the brave one, all up in the wolf's face. Hands off, Grandma, or else. And Bo Peep? Bo Peep has got this whole clueless thing going. Sheep? Oh yeah, like I totally lost my sheep. Again? So here I am stuck, being the klutzy one. What else could I be? A diva? And Jill came sashaying after? No. Brainy? And Jill stepped smartly after? No. Sassy! And Jill was all, "Oh no you didn't." No. None of those sound right. Guess I should just stick with what I've got.
Is it weird that I just kind of want to have kids so I can deprive someone of something? Kids always ask their parents for a puppy. And I'm just like, no, you don't have to give them a puppy. Honestly, if I had a kid that ever asked for one, I'd just be like, let's just go down to the nursing home and pick out an old person. The elderly and puppies are basically identical, right down to the bladder control. It's not much of a difference. Honestly, you save money on food, water, and other dog accessories. Having an old person is like having a puppy that can kick your ass in bridge. It's a pretty cool deal.
I was slipping away. At least that's what it felt like. My dad was leaving me forever. I didn't know what to do with myself. But I knew that I had to stay strong for my little brother. But how could I? I mean, What, was I supposed to just take the leadership role for him? Be his mentor? I can't do that without my own mentor, without my own leadership. My dad. Every time I try to tell myself I can't, his voice pops into my head, tells me that I can, that I need to. I'm lost without him.
Good evening, and thank you for joining PP with Polly, Practical Parenting with Polly. Our letter comes from a mom in Kansas City. She writes, "Dear PP with Polly, I started giving my 6-year-old lots of candy or ice cream every time he would pick up his toys or share with his little brother. Now he throws a fit if I don't have a treat ready when I ask him to do anything." Signed, Trapped by my chubby kid. Oh dear, Trapped. I suggest you do this. Use your face instead of a plate. Don't ask him to do things. Catch him doing the right thing. Like maybe he has a toy in his hand ready to throw it. You rush into the room with the toy box. Rush him to the toy box and say, "Yes, yes, the Tonka truck goes here." And then get down on his level, eyeball to eyeball, look into his baby blues, and give him a smile that would absolutely melt the heart of your cranky cousin Carl. Use your face instead of a plate. Resist the urge to stick a sucker in his mouth. Do that and I know you'll have success. Join us next time when we talk about the trauma of teenage drama. Remember, PP with Polly, Practical Parenting with Polly.
No, look, I'm sorry I said anything to Dennis, okay? I definitely caved into the peer pressure, but I also definitely said as little as possible, even though I was pretty excited about what happened last night, and also about the prospect of going out with you, which I would be very into, if you were. I mean, look, I know it's totally weird, like taking all your clothes off and having sex with someone you barely know and then being like, "What's up now?" But I really like you. I mean, I really, really like you. I don't really agree with most of your opinions or your political ideals, but I don't meet a lot of people who can really make me think, and who I'm totally hot for at the same time,